Kol Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakwakwadosh. I want to start off by giving double honors and praises to the elders of Great Millstone GMS who rule and teach well. And I want to say a shalom to the brothers who have taken that same knowledge and have spread it far and wide to the four corners of the earth. And I want to say shalom to the few sincere sisters who are listening and learning in silence. So to everybody who I just mentioned, I want to say shalom. And that intro was quick because I have a feeling that this topic right here is not going to be quick, man. Depending on how the spirit flows, just, did a quick prayer before this. So now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to talk about America as Babylon. So you can tell by the title, this is What is the Milk? This is a reply to GMS Contrition is Key, GA, and then a few numbers at the end. And he is a brother out, a great millstone brother out of, is it Quebec, Montreal, whatever, right? Yeah, Quebec is the province, so out of Quebec, right? Yes. So he made a video. What is the milk? Then after that he made another video going on into the milk. But listen, go watch that video. Right, this is that video sparked this. It's gonna be a 10-part series, man, which I'm very excited to continue doing. The water how Bashim not having me give up or some bug out shit. I'm here. We're making the video. And as you can see, okay, there are scriptures, and then with the scriptures, there are notes that I have to my side, and we'll read the scriptures, and just by the end of this video, Lord willing, okay, you will know who Babylon is in the Bible. What nation is Babylon in the Bible? Okay, because the thing is, there was a Babylon in the ancient times, but now we're talking about a modern day Babylon, okay? And this modern day Babylon is the United States of America, right? America as Babylon. So this is part 6. And before I start, if you have, let's say like this, if you have access to the internet, which you probably do, you're watching this vid or listening to it, you heard the Benjamites say, did I talk about the tribes? Well, I talked about the tribes in a previous video, so if you don't know who the Benjamites are, Jamaicans, okay, so-called Jamaicans, and you hear it in their songs. They call America Babylon, or they call the police Babylon. And honestly, that's the only. Well, I mean, there might be more, but that's the only culture off the top of my head, okay, that I know. They say Babylon as a substitute or the rightful name of America, right? Modern day America. So it should not be your first time. What? America is Babylon, but America is America. No. Okay, we're gonna. America is spiritual Babylon, and correct me if I'm wrong. Do not quote me. Is it? Okay, you know what? I don't want to get this wrong, so let me just confirm. And they say America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, correct? I'm talking to chat, by the way, okay? Yes, okay, so it's spiritually Sodom and Egypt, and it's Babylon. I mean, and let's just talk about that, okay? Let's, for a little bit. The thing about why does America have all these names? Then they call it the Great Whore. It's like, I know, for somebody who maybe doesn't have the spirit, okay, the Ruach Kodash, the Holy Spirit, that's Hebrew, Ruach Kodash. For somebody who may not have that, they may not understand why it's Sodom, Egypt, and Babylon, okay? But super quick, this was not here, but I'll talk to you about why it's Sodom, okay? Sodom, that's a word we use in English too, okay? And it was also a place. And that's just how you know this world is fucking wicked, okay? Because if you don't know what sodomy is, bless your heart, okay? But, you know, to put it super lightly, which maybe I shouldn't, Sodom is, or sodomy, that word, I really don't want to search it up because I'm worried about what's going to come up. But basically, to tell you, uh, sodomy is, let's say, sexual immorality, it's sexual degeneracy, okay? And it's just corruption, right? It's wickedness, okay? So sodomy is a legal and historical, okay, term that generally refers to procreative, meaning, sexual practices, meaning sex which does not produce life, okay? Basically, women, man, fucking man, dog, women, these fucking Edomites, women, dog, okay? These Edomites, they're the masters of sodomy, okay? And I don't mean that in a good way, all right? They're really wicked with this sodomy. And let's just go back straight into it. Have you heard that? You've probably heard that. Like, what? They did what to a horse? They did what to a dog? You probably heard. You probably know people in your city or in your town or in your school or in your probably not your workplace. That fucking information shouldn't release. But hey, or on the news, okay? You probably heard about these fucking people doing nasty, weird shit with animals, and fuck, here we are in June. Okay, don't quote me. I think it's gay history, gay Pride month. Is it gay Pride or gay history or something? Right. This is it's the month where they celebrate. Yeah, so it is Pride. Um, it's Pride month, right? And oh shit, you know what? Let me just do this now. Pride month. Okay, look at PRI. So delete that, and then DEMONTH. So remove the TH. Tell me what that fucking reads. So let's remove the TH. Let's remove the motherfucking PRI. Do you see it? This is Pride Month. It's a fucking demon, okay? But that's not that's just very clever on Esau, but which is clever on Yahweh Shemiao Shai. Okay, he put the spirit on them to call it Pride Month, and it just turns out you can't spell Pride Month without demon. Okay, it's truly demonic. Okay, so here it'll just use soft words like non-procreative sexual practices. No, it's demonic, it's wicked, okay, and it mostly commonly encompasses anal sex. That's another thing. That's man, or fuck, even women, all types of weird shit. It says oral sex, which with the oral sex, it's more so, man on man or women on women munching their cats, right? And bestiality, which is acts with animals, which is just so wicked and so depraved, and just it's Esau's specialty, okay? And something else they didn't want to do here, okay? What about Epstein, right? What about adult and prepubescent child, which is I was gonna say prepubescent human. Yeah, they're human, but at the time, or at their age that Esau somehow likes to fuck around with, it's children, okay? Which, if they don't have their puberty, if they don't have, the woman doesn't have the period, if the boy doesn't have the puberty, whatever, at a certain age, they're children, but unfortunately, Esau, you know, not to get too much into Sodom, but Esau likes some Epstein style. I'll say it like that, man. Trump Taco likes it Epstein style, and a lot of those people up there, they like it Epstein style, man. And so specifically for sodomy, that's America's specialty. And you know what? It doesn't even stop at that, because now, you know, I don't even know if I could say this on YouTube without getting a copyright, whatever. But I'm just gonna say it. In code word, it doesn't stop at fucking. You could say sodomy. It now goes into, now they want to fucking hunt them and eat them. Okay. America as Babylon. America is Babylon, and it's wicked. Okay. And then why Egypt? Right. So I didn't even get into, Salakia. I didn't even get into Babylon yet. But why do they also call it Sodom, spiritually Sodom in Egypt? They call it Egypt because of the bondage and the captivity that the tribes, I was gonna say were under, but they still are under. It just looks cleaned up, right? They don't chop your hands off for underperforming. They don't chop your hands off at Amazon when you don't pick up enough boxes or whatever the fuck they do at Amazon, right? They don't buck break the most successful Negro. Well, you know what? They still do in a way. That's called selling your soul in Hollywood, right? But yeah, at least it's hidden in a way, I guess. But you work Monday through Friday. Some of you, even on the weekend. And the worst part is we work through the Sabbath, right? Which is wicked. But we have, you have to in this captivity. Now I'm not gonna say you have to, but you can't tell Esau, hey, I need to take for this month I need to take every Tuesday off, every Tuesday night until Wednesday night. So basically, I can't work late on Tuesday, and I can't work at all on Wednesday. Esau will just look at you and fucking laugh and go hire the next fucking nigger, right? Because that's how they look at us, right? And they don't give you no break during the Sabbath. They just say, okay, take the weekend, all right? And then if you want to argue with them, like, hey, this is my religion, they'll say, no, the Sabbath is on what do they say? Fucking Saturday to Sunday sundown. And other fucking bug out Israelite camps say that too, man. Tawada Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. I'm not a retard, man. I've said that before. The water Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. I'm not a retard, but basically, and it's funny because the same people who were in captivity in you could say the real Egypt, or the Egypt of old, the Egypt in history, were the same ones are the same ones who are in captivity to Egypt or Babylon right now, right? And America is Babylon, it's Egypt, and it's Sodom, it's Sodom and Gomorrah, or Sodom, Egypt, and Babylon. But maybe for this video, that might be meat instead of milk, okay? But I just wanted to say that, okay? But now we can get into yes, I believe now we can get into. Okay, I got the notes. Let's go to, what am I looking for? Revelation chapter 18. So let's do Blue Letter Bible. Revelation chapter 18, verse 2. So we'll read from verse 2 all the way to 10. And then then there's notes here prepared. So I'll go off the notes and I'll go back to the scriptures. Same as my other videos, right? So let's read it together. Matter of fact, we might as well start from the very beginning. And starting from the very, very beginning, which is the header here, Babylon is fallen. Okay, this is the header of what we're about to read. So let me start from chapter 18, verse 1 through 10. Okay, and it reads. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Let me stop there. Man, let's talk about you talk to an American, and not I'm not talking about our brothers, right? But just a regular American, and they're proud as fuck when they're anywhere in the world. You tell them, you're like, yo, where you from? Like, if somebody asks me, hey, where you from? I'll just tell them, hey, I'm from Canada, right? The whole fucking country. Yes. Right? I won't say, oh, I'm from Calgary, Alberta, or whatever, right? But these Americans are so proud. They'll tell you the fucking they'll tell you they'll tell you the state they're from. Like, yeah, I'm from Texas. And people know where fucking Texas is. Everybody everywhere in the world has heard of the whore America. Everywhere, there's nowhere on earth except for maybe somewhere where they don't have internet that they haven't heard of America. And even then, if someone has made contact with somebody who quote unquote doesn't have internet, you can bet they're from America, right? So everywhere has heard about the quote unquote greatness of America. So I just read 7. Now I'll continue. In verse 8, it reads, Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. Let me just read 8 again, okay? Because so I don't think it's going to go into the prophecy of what's going to happen to America. That's a beautiful one too. But let me just read 8 again, because I guess maybe this is meat, okay? You don't need to, well, you need to know what's going to happen, but you can read what's going to happen to Babylon, but you don't even know what Babylon is. So now let's find out let's find out who Babylon is specifically. But let me just read 8 and just say a little bit for now. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned, keyword, burned with fire, keyword. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. So, if you know this place, Babylon, I'm not going to say the name from now on, okay? We know what Babylon is. Babylon is going to be hit with nuclear fire from many other nations, on top of the chariots of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai are going to be raining fire down onto Babylon, to where by the time it's finished, and it's going to take 1 hour, Abaratazai is, if I remember correctly from brothers saying, It'll take 1 hour to completely destroy that country of Babylon, okay? With nuclear fire from other nations who hate, well, we're going to get into that, right? Is it going to say standing afar off for the fear? Yeah. It's going to get into that. But other nations who are allied with Babylon, they're going to turn their back on Babylon. And you see it now, okay? Russia's not playing nice with Babylon. China's not playing nice with Babylon. Iran is not playing nice with Babylon. Can I bring out news? If I didn't make this video, I'd make news on how I think Iran said they want no negotiations ever, and they want to close that Hormuz down permanently. Bro. And the elders were saying, yo, this summer is going to be hot in the sense that, yo, it just prophecy is going to be, did you hear me snap my fingers? It's going to be moving bang, 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 war, famine, plagues, hanta. All right, let's not get into the hanta. All right, think something about Ebola. Are you kidding me? It's going to be a hot summer. Abaratazah, Lord willing, we need to get out of here. So we need to make this quick. Abaratazah, which means Lord willing. Okay? So I read 8. Now let's continue to 9 and 10. And the kings, so this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 9. And now the header is lament for Babylon. Before I even read that, man, let's do this shit proper. Okay, I think lament means to like cry or feel sorrow or something. Feel sad. Lament. Definition: a passionate expression of grief, sorrow, regret. Yeah, that's what that means. Okay. This is so. but we not gonna feel bad for Babylon, right? But the whole world is gonna feel bad for Babylon because Babylon. Okay, let me not get too ahead of myself, but let me just say, Babylon really allowed the other nations to just excel in their wickedness, right? And through trade, through their fake money, through weapons, the world really, quote unquote, benefited. No, not quote unquote. I was going to say benefited, but now I'll change it to Slovakia. The world benefited in wickedness through Babylon. Babylon helped them to propel their wickedness to an all-time high. Okay, so let me stop there and let me continue reading verse 9 and 10, and it reads, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And yo, I did not know I was going to read that here. That's the spirit, okay? I did not know I was going to read that here, okay? Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, who controls these other nations and controls the chariots, are going to eviscerate. That's a word I learned a while ago, okay? Let's search the definition. Eviscerate. To disembowel or remove the internal organs of a creature. Basically, to utterly destroy, right? It's a swaggier word than just saying destroy. But destroy is heavy enough. But I like to say eviscerate, okay? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, who controls every nation on this earth, along with controlling the mass amount of chariots that are going to, what does it say? For in 1 hour thy judgment is come. What is thy judgment? Therefore shall her plagues come in on one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. That's the judgment that is coming to Babylon. Okay? So, Babylon the Great let me see if I can find something here. Um, outside of what I have in the notes. Let's read 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So here in America, is it true? America has the most, well, you can say it has the most wealth. I was gonna say the most millionaires. I don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I think it's China at the moment, but you know, where is all the wickedness happening? Where are all the children missing? Is it in China? I'm sure there are in China, but it's in Babylon. I'm gonna say Babylon for the duration of this video, okay? And Lord willing, you know what I mean, okay? I just come on. I don't have to say it. I don't have to say it in English, right? Or quote unquote English. You know who Babylon is, okay? Oh, Salakia. Babylon has so many deaths. It's so normal to hear about car crashes. It's so normal to hear about shootings. It's so normal to hear about overdose drug. It's so normal to go downtown and see homeless. It's so normal to see people hungry. That's, and we ain't seen none yet, okay? Because right now it's just a few people that are hungry. Very soon it's going to be the lot of you, except for you elect and your company, and except for you 1/3 and your company, right? But you 2/3, man, dang, you're gonna feel it. You heathens, right? You Edomites, you Elamites, you Hamites, you Ammonites, you Moabites, you fucking Moabites. I just made a video on you Moabites, man. All of you are gonna feel it bad during that time, okay? That famine, right? It's so normal to see drug overdose. It's so normal to see nastiness. Okay, just go online and look at the filth. It's like go to your school. Grade I don't know how young they start, right? Go see sodomites in your school. Go see wickedness. Okay? At your workplace, it's so normal to see wickedness. It's so normal to see corruption. Look at your government. It's so normal to see wickedness. Okay? This is the norm for Babylon, right? Let's see. Where can I read? And it's become that. So, verse 2, skipping. No, I'll read it all. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, every type of wickedness. Yo, there's some wickedness you didn't even know existed. And it's happening in America. Babylon. Fuck it. America. Okay? America is Babylon. Don't get that twisted. Okay? Now, when it says, verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, it means all nations have been, you can say, influenced, have taken customs from America, right? Sodomy is normal, unfortunately, all over the world. Okay, political fucking rigging elections, whatever, is normal all over the world. Okay, killing, drug culture, wickedness is normal all over the world. Why? Because one wicked nation, right? And it's called Babylon the Great, a mighty. They call it a mighty nation. They all influenced the rest of the world. Okay, and that fornication that we read about in verse 3, like I read, the wrath of a fornication. That specific fornication is what, like I just said. Okay, how they do politics, man. How the fuck is America getting involved in destabilizing all these freaking, off the top of my head, I'm thinking Haiti. Then of course they're in fucking Africa for the resources. Then of course, they want to put their hands between Vietnam and fucking China. Is it Vietnam and China? China and whatever belongs to China. Then of course they have to put their hands between Russia and Ukraine, which that belongs to Russia. Whatever the fuck you want to think. America, Babylon has their grubby hands influencing all of it. They can't stay home. I don't know where it says that. Brothers love to bring that. No, hold on. Where does it say in the Bible that the Edomites can't stay home, or they like to have their hands and everything? Or does that say that about Babylon? Please help me look for that. I have to find that for you. Brothers say that a lot, okay? I just remember off the top of my head, but now I want to say it to you, okay? Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He can't stay in fucking Babylon. He must go everywhere to other nations and cause hell, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all power. Babylon, America cannot stay at home. He must involve himself in politics of all over the world. That's just his style, this Babylon. That's just his style. Did I talk about Edomites yet? No, I didn't. Look it. It's here in 8, okay? Babylon is ran by the Edomites. Take it how you want. That's what I'm gonna say. And the Edomites, they're run by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, okay? Their actions, they're meant to be the wicked of the earth, okay? And they're the sword, they're meant to be the left hand, right? The one who causes hell on earth, right? Whereas the right hand, which is Yahweh Shai, his fleet of angels, and starting from the elders down to the elder brothers, down to the, you know what I mean? Every person who believes 100% believes in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we are on the right hand, okay? But Esau, who controls Babylon, is on the left hand with all his and all his cronies, right, from other heathen nations. Hey, and even some of our nations, some traitors, okay? Which, fuck, man, I'm just seeing YouTube on Hakka. Man, I don't know nothing about IOIC. I don't know nothing about the other camps, and I'm so thankful I even stopped watching those fucking weak ass kiss my boot cracker fucking street ministry bullshit. The water you how about genuinely, right? Because that's how some brothers got in, but that's not what this truth is about, okay? So no, I must, okay, that's in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse, oh, I was gonna read that, man. The water Shai, that's the spirit, okay? I was gonna read that in Habakkuk, okay? But what I read was Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5, I believe, okay, if I'm correct. That's the thing about they can't keep at home, right? Cannot be satisfied, gathereth unto him all nations. No, hold on. I should find it and read it here for you guys. I was reading it on the side screen, but here it is, okay? 5. All right? Yes, that's what I was reading, okay? And as you can see it now, that neither keepeth at home, that's like it represents, okay? And pay attention to this, man. This is key fucking evidence, okay? Who has military bases all over the fucking globe? Who the fuck has military bases in? Is it Antarctica? I'm yapping. I don't know if they have. I don't know if America has bases in Antarctica, right? But I'm sure they fucking do, right? Who has bases in enemy land? Like people who they don't even agree with, they have military bases. Okay, keep it a bean. That's America. Then who sends spies and raises people in power, right? Like they did in fucking Haiti, which I don't even want to take my fucking brain power to focus on what's happening in Haiti. Right? I feel bad for my Levite brothers and sisters. Right? My mom's a Levite, but yo, right? Putting people in power where they want so they can control them from afar. Right? Who does that? That's Babylon. That's America. Now, the thing about cannot be satisfied, okay? Damn. Oh man. That one is deep, okay? Because throughout the week, I've been hearing brothers talk about, and it was two brothers, bro. It looked like a northern tribe and a southern tribe, and they were doing street preaching, and they were like, "Dang, like Esau is so fucked up. The elites, they got it so good, but they don't even want to share it with you, bum ass crackers at the bottom, right? They don't even want to share with you, right? Some of you are fucking starving more than Bonquisha. I'm yapping. Some of you are struggling more than Eve. Single mom Eve, single strong independent black woman Eve, she has it better than some of you fucking Edomites. And some of you Edomites who got it bad, you fucking lost limbs, you lost your mind at war. You just gotta laugh at this shit, right? And I laugh at you fucking I really laugh at you people who went out there thinking this shit was, yeah, America number one, America first. Come to find out, they didn't give a fuck about you when you came back. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's judgment. Okay, but don't worry for you fucking you bum ass why I gotta say it like that. You bum ass Edomites, you know, at least you'll have it better than the elites in our kingdom, man. We're gonna take it. You know what, yo, I'm straight, I'm jacking the swag of what these two brothers said. They said, we're gonna take care of you. Bro, when I heard that, I was dying laughing because we're dead serious. We will take care of you fucking heathens, right? We'll feed you. We'll clothe you. We'll make sure every one of you, you know, eat clean. You know, none of that fucking hot dog pork, none of that fucking seafood boil. Although, you Edomites, you don't really eat that shit, except you maybe you Italians. I heard you Italians like seafood, but and you know some of you Italians, you're really Israelites, but that's separate, another topic. But yeah, and he was, yo, they were laughing. Well, I don't know if they were laughing, but they were dead serious. They were like, yo, we're gonna take care of you, right? So hey, in our kingdom, in the Israelites' kingdom, don't worry, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna have a place to rest your head. You're gonna have some food to eat. You know, some basic, you know, hygiene, blah blah blah. You know, well, really depending on what camp you in. Depending on what uh yeah, depending on what plantation you end up on. You Edomites, man, you can be alright, man. We're not gonna buck break you. That's faggotry, right? That's sodomy. We just learned that. Okay? And we don't do sodomy. Right? And we're not gonna fucking chop. I don't know about the chopping hands. I don't know if if it's justified. We might just. I don't know, but we're not gonna mistreat you like you mistreated us. But you gonna get it. You're gonna get it bad. Trust for 1,000 fucking years. Best believe. But like they said, man, we're gonna take care of you. But check this out. Back to the point. You got Bezos. You got Musk. You got Trump. I'm just naming names now, right? And these guys are. Can I say billionaires? Can I say multi-billionaires, perhaps? And what did they do for you? You bum ass Edomites still had to do the same scams the same scams Jake did. You know, that PPE or PPP loan. You guys are struggling just as bad as us. Why the fuck they don't want to take care of you, right? Why don't they want to you know, you know, maybe I don't fucking know. Maybe give every fucking Edomite child, $1,000 or something. Why they don't want to take care of you? Because they're greedy. They cannot be satisfied. That's your nature. Enough is never enough for you fucking Edomites. Okay, you have to have it all, especially the you top ones. You're greedy. And let me say something about my rib. Okay, Edomite chick. My nature, I'm eating something good. I want to share, right? Even if it's a little bit, man. Everybody can get a bite of that motherfucker busting, right? Man, my fight, but I mean, now I'm trying to stick up for her, but not really. But you know, you know, if I have my own portion, I'm still gonna share. But is she gonna share? She's not gonna share, gang, unless I tell her, yo, give me some. Then it's no problem. But out of the kindness of her heart, she don't share. So that's just the nature of you fucking Edomites, man. You're just such bad people. And you don't even want to share of your own, okay? And within your own. Okay, no, I'm going too deep within the Edomite family structure, right? But you kick your son and daughter out at 18, fuck, sometimes sooner. You Edomite children. You say, I fucking hate you, mom, or I fucking hate you, dad. You don't respect your elders. You fucking Edomites, man. You're just so bad, and you're greedy, right? And then that gathereth unto him all nations. That goes into, you know, America got fucking ties with the whole world, man. How the fuck America is beefing China, then went to China to do negotiations, man? America has everybody under their fucking wing, right? If other nations can benefit off America, especially if it's off wickedness, because you can't benefit off goodness on this earth right now. That's the only type of deals they're doing, whether it's war deals, whether it's weapon deals, whether it's technology deals. And this technology, don't be fooled. Don't think they're gonna give you med beds, you fucking retard, QAnon. Don't think they're gonna give you med beds and all this scientific breakthrough. No, they're gonna give you little Asian built fucking Chinese robot dogs to surveillance you and deliver your fucking goy slop Uber um Uber Eats delivery. That's the only wicked fucking things they want to profit on America, right? So I'll leave it there, okay? Oh shit, Salakia. So Revelation 18. My nose. And it got fucking cold in Calgary today. Man, it got cold all of a sudden in Calgary, but I will be all right. So another point within this here I'm looking for it. 1 second. In verse 4, and it says, so I'll just read verse 4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague. It says, come out of her. Okay, that come out of her, my people, is in this Bible. Who is it written to? Okay, did I talk about that? May have I talked about that? Yes, I talked about this Bible. I should have. Slovakia. I should have in this version. I should have talked about this Bible is only meant for you Israelites. Okay, and what does come out of her, my people? It's not talking about fucking little Japanese people leaving and Chinese people and fucking Hawaiian people, whatever. It's talking about you Israelites, and it's a spiritual thing, right? Meaning that it's this time around is gonna be the elect, okay, that is going to reject everything to do with America. Goodness gracious, just uh, what am I talking about? Goodness gracious, but um, it's nothing good here. It's nothing good, and you should remove yourself all the way down from the hell days, right? The holidays, Christmas, Easter, fucking Halloween, my second most hated one. I even talked about in my last video. I say it again, man. The Day of the Dead. You Issacharites, man. I hate that. I hate that one. But it's basically Halloween. Um, so to come out of her, meaning the elect will reject America's wicked ways. Don't follow after the ways of the devil. Okay. And obviously, we read about the we read about the destruction, right? How it's going to be judged, right? And now the king standing afar off. Where is that specifically? That might be verse 10. I'll read it now. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Standing afar off. It's talking about, if you go into 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So the kings of the earth are standing afar off, right? Now, go look at the fucking news. Trump is talking about, well, I would have appreciated if the NATO nations helped me, but they just said that they'll assist us when we won. Well, how can you help us when we already won? I'm paraphrasing like fuck, and I don't feel like looking for, respectfully, I don't feel like looking for a Trump speech, but go look it up for yourself where Trump was crying about the other nations, the other fucking NATO, whatever nations not helping him during this Iran, whatever the fuck situation, okay? Uh, that's pretty much what I got for this revelation. So, we can go into Jeremiah. Salakia for my sniffling. I'll be alright. Lord willing, it doesn't bother you too much. I think I'm looking for, yes, 22 and 23. Let's read Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22 and 23, and it reads, A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And let's read the header. Let's see what it's talking about. Prophecy against Babylon. Prophecy against... Fuck. Salakia. I don't know why I can't highlight. I don't know why it won't let me highlight. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, right? Prophecy against Babylon is prophecy against America. Don't get fooled. Don't be fooled, okay? And so I just read it, and it's like, it's not. Is this a simile? Is it a simile? Let me just do. I've been saying that word a lot, but I don't think it means what I want. A figure of speech that directly compares two different things to highlight a shared quality. So I could say that the hammer is a simile to how America rules the world with military might. It's like a hammer, how it's like a mighty tool, used to smash things. America is like, it's the Lord's tool to, smash the world, basically. Could I say that? Is that a proper? Would that be a simile? I hope so, for the sake of me not sounding, or me not making sense specifically. But so let me read it again. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? So the hammer is Babylon, and Babylon is America. So think of it. The hammer of the whole earth, Salakia, the hammer of the whole earth, meaning, uh, America and its you can say its military might. Okay, I mean, even the average fucking Edomite in Texas probably has more guns than a military person will touch in their lives. That's real life. Okay, the average Edomite in America, not average, I'd say maybe 40 to 50% of them, because a lot of them are, they call them, so there's Republican, they call them the Democrat ones, the liberal ones. They usually don't like guns, but even some of them do. Don't be fooled. I think a lot of those school shooter scenarios, that's just getting into politics, which I don't give a fuck to get into. But the average Edomite just has swords at the wazoo. They got swords under their bed. They got swords under their pillow. They got swords in the cereal box. They got swords at the front door in case somebody wants to bust through. They got swords in their cars. They got swords. Some states let them carry swords on their body. When I say swords, I mean guns. Okay. Um, I mean weapons in general, right? And yeah, I mean America, lots of violence. It's very common, right? So, but now specifically, the hammer of the whole earth, meaning their military might, okay, and also, you could say their economic. I'm reading the notes here. Economic dominance, okay, which is everything you want to buy globally. Right now, you have to use the American dollar as the world reserve currency. Am I saying that correctly? Basically, to do trade, you must first convert your currency to American dollars, and then convert American dollars to whoever other country you're trying to buy from, right? But hey, some countries now, BRICS, they're sidestepping uh, the American dollar, which is causing fuckery, which America is not too fond of. But that's just the times we're in. Okay, and what else here? Um, there's notes here, where it says, uh, Babylon, historically, like in history, was never a dominant world power in ancient times, right? So you have to understand that, can I say it's a simile? I hope I'm using that word correctly. They're referring Babylon, um to America, right? This isn't talking about how many fucking years ago. It's talking about future prophecy, right? It's talking about a current day Babylon, which is a world superpower. Um and that you can only apply it to, with everything I've been saying, you can only apply it to America. Okay? Hey, if your spirit can receive it, thank Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that your spirit can receive it, and thank him, and continue to ask him for more understanding, okay? Because this is the beginning. Now, the thing is, a lot of people can understand this one. This milk is pretty sweet, right? Even fucking Edomites call America Babylon, right? A lot of people know. My cousin, he knows. Shit, probably my dad, he knows, right? My middle brother, if he fucking thought hard enough, maybe he would fucking see it. Although he doesn't give a fuck, which Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, if Lord, I got, we're not on prettiest terms, but Lord willing, my middle brother, he sees something with his own eyes, and he's like, "What the fuck? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is real. Let me lock in." And Lord willing, it's not too late, right? But people of the world, they could see that Babylon is America. America is Babylon. Okay? So, let's go to 51, and then we'll do verse 6 and or 6 through 9. So I'll begin to read it. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh, the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense." So I'll stop there because flee out of the midst of Babylon reminds me of something else we read. Right? Come out of her, my people, in verse 4. Right? Flee, it says. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. This is the same Babylon we're talking about. This is the same America we're talking about. Spiritually flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. There goes that spirit. It's spiritual thing, right? It's not talking about fucking pack your bags and get the fuck out, run away. No, it's your mind, your spirit should depart from anything that is attaching you to Babylon. Now, let me just say this too, okay? Our main focus in our mind 24/7, no, 25/8 should be Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yes. Now, you may like, for whatever fucking reason, I'm naming off shows. Don't think I watched this. Now, I'm saying it because I wanted to see it for myself, the degeneracy, right? But hey, you might like watching Baddies, Baddies America or whatever it is on Tubi, right? You might like listening to underground rap music. I'm talking about myself right now. You might like playing fucking video games, right? You might like playing Skyrim, whatever the fuck, right? Which is all the bullshit that America has to give to you. Now, it you know you can use it as a distraction. You can listen to it, and you can listen to the music and not be put in a trance by it like a lot of young Jakes are, right? Fuck, man, you can even fucking yo. I mean, you really shouldn't, but is it a sin to go get a piece of fucking fried chicken at Popeyes? No, you can indulge a little bit, but don't do the sin stuff, man. Don't do what did they do? What's the worst? Let's see. What's the most fucked up thing? Let's see. Okay, don't join the Diddy parties. Right? Don't join the Diddy parties. Don't join the Epstein parties. What did they do? Don't do the orgies. Orgies. Don't do. Oh man! Don't do the cuckoldry. Okay, don't partake in the wickedness of Babylon. Right? Flee out of it. Flee out of it, but you know you can't fully flee out. Now if you were to take this too literally, you'd be like, oh my god, I can't listen to that song. Um, it says bad words or it talks about drugs or whatever. Now you can fucking listen to. I think every song has hints to some sort of wickedness, even the fucking love songs, right? But just don't be taken in by her. Don't be taken in by that wine, right? Don't be cut off in Babylon's iniquity, as we read in 6. Okay, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance; He will render unto her a recompense. And then 7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And let me take it back. Let me read 7 again and pause at a specific part, okay? Give praise, give honor, give your power to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Read it yourself here. Verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is the one who controls Babylon, right? With his left hand to pour out. Okay, let's read it. That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is the one who put it in the minds of these Edomites to corrupt the earth. okay? And now the nations are mad. Give that power to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Don't say, damn, these fucking Edomites, man. They sure are good at convincing people. They are only what they are because Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai has given them the power. I'm only fucking saying these words because the water Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, you've given me, you could say the Ruach Kodesh, the spirit, to now make a lesson and give it to you newborn babes. This is what series are we in? This is what is the milk, man. We're teaching you about the milk. I'm teaching you, Lord willing, about the milk, so that now after you understand the milk and you keep studying on the milk, which we'll never stop studying on the milk, right? We'll never stop talking about the milk, but now you can digest some of the tougher things in the scriptures, right? The meat. But that's a very beautiful key point that I wanted to say in 7, that hey, um, none of this is done. None of this is done by your own, right? Do you think these fucking Edomites, they're just special and they got it on their own? No, this is Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, right? Giving them these, giving him the blessing of the sword. Okay, that's going into Jacob and Esau. Damn, that's going into Jacob and Esau. Still, that's in part 8, man. I kind of wish I would have asked GBD to arrange it in like quote unquote chronological order, so that that might have been better understanding for you newcomers. But it's okay. It's okay the way it is. That's the way I had it brought out. So let's do 8 now, okay? And hey, me bringing it that way, that goes into here a little, there a little, man. That's my last, or no, I talked about you fucking Moabites. But my last lesson on the milk, I talked about here a little, there a little, precept upon precept. Man, that was a beautiful, beautiful lesson. I really like making that one. The Wadi Bashim Yahushai. But let's continue on with 8 and 9, okay? And it reads, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Man. And specifically, it's not in the notes, but this thing where it talks about let us go everyone into his own country, there's coming a time where these fucking Somalians are gonna be like, damn, this shit is bad, bro. I'd just rather go back to Somalia. I even watched a video on Twitter where this guy was like, yeah, I can't, well, he was talking about Canada, right? But I could see a lot of Indians in America. They're like, yeah, I came to America and I thought it was the land of my dreams, but I'm making the accent, man. Salakia. Let me take that. Let me not do that. But they say they came here, they thought it was the land of the dreams, and then they failed at acquiring that dream because that dream is unachievable if you, even if you're fucking, even if you're fucking 51% somewhat of a good person, decent soul. These heathens, the other heathens, except for the Edomites, they're fucked up. They're fucked up. Don't get me wrong, in their own special ways. Even Jake, even us right now, we're fucked up in our own ways, right? But for us Israelites, we're of royal bloodline, and you know what? Again, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because He's going to make us perfect with perfect bodies that we cannot sin. But hey, that's meat, okay? But let me just finish saying that for you brothers, because that's how I get hyped. I get hyped at hearing things that sound unfreaking believable, quote unquote, right? But they're believable, man, through faith, okay? But we are going to receive bodies that are uncorruptible, meaning you will not die, you will not hunger, you will not feel sad, you will not cry. Although, for some time, some brothers, it says, some brothers, man, will feel shame in the kingdom, okay? because and have will have their head down. And unfortunately, that's or fortunately or unfortunately, man. That's talking about the 2/3 who know they're Israelites and lead people astray. Da 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 da. Right, but in the overall sense, man. That same brother, he might have a fucking mansion with many wives. Although he, he'll feel shame, but he's still gonna be living great, right? But that's the beautiful future that's coming to you Israelites. But to the heathen nations, hey, they're still gonna Elam, you Indians, you're gonna go back to India and you're gonna live nice lives. We're gonna teach you the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You're gonna live good lives there. You Asians, right? Even you fucking Moabites, you right? Who who kept fucking with that Natasha doll. Okay, but even then, we're gonna work you in the kingdom. But hey, at least you'll be living way better than you're living now. Every single one of you Moabites, you're gonna be thankful that you know you're gonna have us as your kings, as your rulers. Okay, that's specifically that and let us go everyone into his own country. 9 verse 9, it's talking about people. People are fucking fleeing as we speak, man. This place is becoming unstable, especially the wealthy ones and the smart wealthy ones. They're not fucking staying in America. They're getting ready to dip, right? So there's that. um and when it says the golden cup, um where is that specifically? Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Meaning, um, whether it's through wealth or influence, or you know, uh, this golden cup has been poured through all the nations. So now other nations are being boosted up by America's contribution, boosted up in wickedness. Let me um, specify. Okay. Um, Now it talks about the sudden fall. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Suddenly. Okay, that's talking about the nuclear destruction that is coming by the other nations and Yahweh. Well, yeah, I could say. I mean, Yahweh Shai through Yahweh. Yahweh Shai will come and man crack the sky with chariots and just laser fire, man. Oh like, yo, oh, we're so close, man. We're so close. We're so close, man. And Salakia, I wanted to say something about like I can't believe there are some people so stupid they don't see it, but they just haven't been given the Rakwakwadash. And really, when I say that, man, I think about my cousin, but yo, I need to just let him be, man. I just need to let him be a bug out, and Lord willing, he sees a chariot with his own eyes, or he sees a angel with his own eyes, or he sees a miracle being performed with his eyes. That's how some people are, man. Some people need to see to believe, man. And I'm just hoping, my family can see it and believe it before it's too fucking late. I hope you listening, if somebody watching this, I hope first and foremost that you are of the elect. Okay, and I hope first and foremost that you don't need to see it to believe it. Me, I don't need to see it to believe it. Even though I say that, I've seen chariots. I've seen chariots in my backyard. I've seen chariots on my way to work early morning. I've seen chariots late night on a walk with one of my Moabite best friends, and that's funny, huh? I'm friends with fucking Chinese, whatever. Like we can go on walks and shit, play games, whatever. But and then then come to find out Moab is doing fuck shit with the Natasha doll. But I don't see him like that. In fact, I think he's a fucking Israelite foreigner. That's me, man. That's me. But I told him some things about the scripture. Hey, he heard it. It didn't quite resonate. He hasn't asked me about it, and I don't think he searched it up on himself. I did tell him about who he might be. I told him about Moab and Ammon, but you know, it didn't fucking spark no interest. So hey, it's dead. I leave it, right? we throw that fish back. In the case that he was an Israelite, if it didn't do anything for him, hey, we throw that fish back, man. Um, what else? She is not healed. Okay, where is that? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. It meaning that, yo, and you know it yourself. Okay, you know it yourself that this place, America, oh man, it's just is so much fuckery that they've done to the whole world. It's so much fuckery they did to their own Edomite people, killing them off in wars. That's the Edomite. Now the Negroes, obviously slavery. Now the northern tribes, obviously residential schools and fucking what the Spaniards did to the northern tribes. Okay, fuck. You want to talk about India? Well, whatever. Japan, the bomb. China, I'm sure they went to war. Whatever. Russia. Yeah, there's just so much fuckery that Babylon um has done, and they're beyond it. They can't repent, right? It's no saving America. That's what it means where she is not healed. She cannot be healed. That Babylon cannot be healed. Okay, and yeah, just to say it again, that command to flee out of the midst of Babylon in 6. To flee out is not a it's not a fucking pack your bags and leave for Nigeria or pack your bags and fucking you know go hide out in Canada or something, right? It means spiritually to depart your mind from the ways of Babylon. Okay. Damn, I'm sniffling. Salakia is dry as fucking here. I might need to run my whatever the fuck it's called. But now let's do Habakkuk chapter 2. Verse 6 through 8, and we just read 5, which is so crazy. I just said I said something about where is it? Neither keepeth at home. I was talking about how Esau cannot stay his ass at home. Babylon cannot keep their ass at home. And then turns out here it is. It's in verse 5, but I'm going to read 6 and 8. So you know what? Let's just read 1 through 8. Let's see what we can dissect out of 1 through 8. I know it's a lot of reading, but I think it might be the last one. Yeah, it's the last one. It's the last one. So bear with me, man. Fuck, an hour and 12 minutes. Salakia, but I hope you this has been edifying so far. And I prayed for that. I prayed and I asked that this is edifying. I don't think I slipped up, man. So I hope this is edifying to whoever's watching, okay? Edifying is what? You don't know what edifying is? Something that enlightens, uplifts, or improves your mind, morals, or character. And I'm gonna say and spirit. Okay? Meaning your inner man, you know, you're learning, you're being able to drink the milk. You're able to digest the milk. Okay, digest the very basics of what this truth is about. Okay, Lord willing, it's edifying. Albaratazah, it's edifying. But I don't have to say that because I asked for that to be the so. And, right now it's sounding to be so. So, Lord willing, it is so. Okay? And I won't stress on it too much. So, let's continue. Let's start with 1, then we'll read through 8. What's the header? Yahweh answers the prophets. They're the prophet. Okay? And it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord, which is Yahweh, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, which is now, very soon, but at the end it shall speak. We are at the end. And not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Huh. Yea. Also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. That just made me think about something. You heathens, right? You Japanese, you Chinese, you Elam, you Indian, right? Some of you might have yeah, I could see it. Some of you, well, some of you might have slaves too, right? And some of those slaves might be Edomites, right? So you may have you may be able to enact some of your your revenge on the person who fucked you from the beginning, right? So that's a good thing for you fucking heathens. Like honestly, even if I was a heathen, it's better than being an Edomite. Wow, you do not want to be an Edomite. That's the worst fate. It's like all right, I'm just gonna use this analogy, and not a lot of you people are gonna get it, but it's on my head now. It's like if you pull gacha, right? If you're doing a gacha or if you're doing lottery, right? Being an Edomite is like not winning at all, right? It's like getting all one stars. But being an Israelite is like getting all 5-star equipment, just the top of the top, or like hitting the lottery, right? And then being a heathen, being a fucking Moabite, being a Ammonite, it's like, you spend $10 on the ticket, and you okay, yeah, you win 10K, yay. 10K is gonna go by quick. Your fucking your debt is 10 times that. But I guess you can go on vacation with the family. you know, However the fuck, right? I hope you guys understood that analogy, right? Yeah, being a fucking heathen, like this is how I'm gonna call it. This first class citizen, there's first class Israelites, then there's second class heathen, then there's third class heathens. And you third class heathens, starting on with Amalek. Golly, you Amalekites. Let's not even get into it. Right? We're gonna save that for the Esau and Jacob, right? But damn you Amalekites. That's like you pull 10 gacha, but somehow you only got one item. And it's a 1 star, right? It's like it's like you spend $100, and your prize is you have to give up like 100,000. It's like a double fucking whammy of horribleness. Man, you Amalekites. It just sucks to be an Amalekite. It sucks to be an Edomite. But then, say, you see, I I used to be oh man, I'm going side note, but let me just say this really quick. Before I was 100% convinced through the spirit that I'm an Israelite, because my father is from Nigeria, and the specific tribe, and when I found out the tribe, I was relieved, okay, because they went through hell in West Africa. right? Which and I'm pretty sure they also had bond yokes of iron around their neck, but in Africa, right? Not in Babylon, but bad shit was happening to them for strange reasons, and I believe through fate that I believe that most of them, a lot of them were Israelites, okay, and it doesn't, or and I'll say, and it helps too that well, I don't know if that's it for all Nigerians, but the firstborn, they always name them God's gift, or what in whatever language they speak, right? So my middle name in English is like God's gift or something. That's beautiful, but it's in a it's in a Hamitic language, so we don't give a fuck. But um that's a nice thing. I wonder what it is in Hebrew actually. And now that I think about it, I don't have a Hebrew name, and I think that should be my Hebrew name. But that's too crazy to put Yahweh um, as, or maybe I could be. Well, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But sorry for the side note. I'm thinking out loud. Um, let's go back into 6 through 8. Uh, okay, in 6 it talks about a thick clay, but let's go back. Shall not all the so this is verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? Meaning America makes it a habit of just taking and boosting their stats, right? Taking fucking as if Venezuela and giving it to themselves. And the fucked up thing about it is they took Venezuela oil and they didn't even give you fucking Edomites any discount. They didn't give you fucking peasants any discount. They hiked the price, man. This is literally scripture coming out and playing out in real life. It says, woe, meaning destruction, to him that increaseth that which is not his. They fucking robbed the world and they only filled their own small hat bellies, right? They don't fill you fucking redneck fucking KKK fucking Edomites. They don't give you nothing, right? You gotta thug it out on your own through the crime system, right? You gotta get it out your own. The super wealthy, they don't want to share with you fucking crackers. I'm gonna say it like that, right? But you Edomites, you know what it is, right? But yeah, and to continue, this is the important. This is a key part. It says, "How long?" Question mark. And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Now that thick clay can be or is interpreted as. Let me not even say it, brothers. Let's just look for ourselves. I searched it up. Oh, why is it? Where is it? Oh man, where is it? Here it is. Take a look. It's that thick clay, man. It's that debt. Okay? Because you steal, you take others, and you take everything that doesn't belong to you, and still, what the fuck? America, why are you in debt? And the red is the debt held by the public, right? Would be us. And the yellow is the intra-governmental holdings. Anyways, the debt. There's a debt clock. I think I thought I saw where like trillions. Yeah, 39.18 trillion. Filthy. Can never be paid back. In America owes these countries so much through. Oh man, listen. This is going into financial, which you know what? As a watchman, right? I will stand up on my watch as a watchman, right? We should know about these things. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, you don't gotta know. Yeah, it's good to know, but hey, you, you, you could watch for other things too. Some brothers, man, they even work in the financial, right? So of course they'll be able to tell you better than say someone like me. But you know, on my end, for whatever you could do it with whatever you do for work or whatever keeps your interest as far as Babylon, right? For me, my field is I'll just say it very shallow. I won't be too descriptive, although I have in previous videos. So if you want to know, you just go back and look. But I'm kind of noticing maybe it shouldn't expose too much, because I don't mind if the brothers know, but it's not just the brothers who are listening. Okay, it's definitely my enemies who are listening, and I don't need to give them too fucking much. But basically, uh, this 6G 5G system, right, which is going to be running hand in hand with this micro C hip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, that's scriptural. Yeah, I mean, I run lots of cables, I run lots of camera surveillance. When they say, "Oh, it's just for city hall, it's just for safety," man, it's just for safety for them. When you finally crash out and you break, you rob through. I'm talking about you Edomites and you heathens, right? And unfortunately, you Jake too. You're gonna partake, but I'm talking about it's for their safety. They don't give a fuck if you get punched out right in front of the government building. They just want to care if some the masses are gathering to protest. Oh my gosh, are they gonna come get us like they do in France? But no, you Americans, and again, I'm not talking about you brothers, but in general, you Americans, man, you're pussy, all right? You're pussy, and you're is it complacent? Feeling so satisfied with your own ability or situation that you stop trying to improve or fail to notice potential risk or dangers. You're so comfortable with your fucking Gatorade. No, not Gatorade. You're so comfortable with your Mountain Dew. You're so comfortable with your McDonald's. And listen, I'm a shit talker on it, but hey, it's true though, right? But at the same time, like I said, flee from Babylon. But at the same time, shit, man, we just got what's it called? Fuck, what's it called? Dave's Hot. So of course I tried it. Okay. So, but yeah, I'm shit talking on it. But even then, man, like somebody with a uber strong mindset, they're not all the time gonna eat that shit. But unfortunately, in my scenario, now I'm not making an excuse for myself. But fuck, man, when you're out of town, you know, living in a hotel for extended amount of weeks, like fuck, it's kind of hard to cook. It's not impossible though, but that's just unfortunately what the fuck happens. But back to what I was saying here is, yeah, basically, you Americans, you're not gonna do anything about it. You're complacent. You're gonna ride the pony of America till the very bitter end. Okay, till it crashes and burns, and you're not gonna do anything to better it, right? You know that your leaders are wicked, but you don't do anything about it. And hey, that's Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai putting a spirit on you people to be complacent. Okay, my nose is itchy. Slack it. Um, so that's that thick clay, man. That massive fucking debt. Okay, and I'm reading here in the notes, like that's if you can understand that, that's proof of prophecy that America is Babylon, right? That stupendous fucking debt. Okay, it's a fulfillment of that prophecy, and yeah. What can I read about? Let's see. Shall they? Ooh, here it is. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for the booties unto them. So that's talking about. Hold on. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake? Uh, I'm trying to understand for myself. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? I'm trying to understand if that's like the nations going that's gonna eat off America, or if that's like America eating off, just suddenly, it's just suddenly that shall bite thee, meaning, just like maybe take advantage or vex, or, to just oppress thee, right? You could use that word for vex, and thou shalt be for booties, meaning like treasure. That's why I said like they're gonna loot off you, just profit off you. Shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast, let's read 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Huh. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Yeah, so it's talking about the other nations that America has fucking, let's call it how it is, man. Let's say it nasty and gruesome, right? For all the nations that America has brutally, okay, it's a gory word, right? But I'll just say it, that America has raped, okay? Truly fucking taken advantage of, just stripped them of any sense of being solo. America has come and just stripped them bare, right? Then of course they're gonna do the same thing unto you. They're gonna turn against you, right? They're going to you vex them, they're gonna vex you, right? You bite them, they're gonna bite you, Babylon. Okay, so eventually, that's just the times we're in now, man. How much war has America brought to Iran? Now, now Iran is fucking spanking you, Taco. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So yeah, so this is this one specifically is relating to future prophecies about Babylon, aka America. Hey, we're fucking living through them now. Clap your hands. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Man, you could say that with a smile on your face. I don't know if you could tell by my voice. I got a smile on my face as I say this, right? Hey, this is a prophecy that we're seeing now, okay? Like, there's no way around it. Okay? That's all I got, man. Let me leave it there. Now we're 30. That's why I made my intro freaking 30 seconds, cuz I felt through the spirit this one was going to be long, and I know this one's going to be stupid long. I just know it. I just know it. Separation from the world, I could go into that. Faith during affliction, man. It depends on how my spirit's feeling during this, and I'm just thinking, if I have to be out of towns again, I'm gonna be more in the morning. Mourning, morning spirit, not like good morning, right? But yeah, I could see myself going deep into this one. Um, and you know what? This one might have to be a faith booster, okay, for brothers, okay? Because I've gotten so many videos. Um, I've seen so many videos from brothers that just by the time you finish watching it, you just got a smile on your face, and your spirit is light, right? You just feel light, like dang man, soon, That's the type. I think that's what I should do for this number 9. Make it a faith booster. And this one, I gotta fear you. I gotta put fear, man. Whoo. Because that fear of the Lord, you can never have enough fear. You can never have enough fear. Righteous fear, yeah, that's the word to use. You can never have enough righteous fear of the Lord, right? You fucking, yeah. No, let me not get into that. Let me not get into that. Yeah, that's it for 6, man. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I was able to flow through that. I don't think I fucked up not once. Lord willing, I didn't, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. Excuse me. to the masses, or to, specifically to the elect who come across this. And I want to say Tawada, and I want to give double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, who in the end of the days, man, if they didn't teach this to the brothers, I wouldn't have learned this. So I learned this from them, okay? And it was taught by taught by the brothers, right, of Great Millstone, who I want to say shalom to, right, because they have spread this truth far and wide. Here I am in Canada receiving this, the water, and I want to say shalom to the few sincere sisters who are listening and learning in silence. So there it is, man. So to everybody I just mentioned, I want to say shalom. That was a smooth hour and 35. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for allowing me to make this video, and I want to say shalom and peace, man. Shalom. On to the next.